Good evening and welcome to a special Recreation Commissioners meeting. My name is Renee King, Chair of the Commission. This meeting will be replayed via Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072. It may also be accessed via the Government Access Channel live video on-demand archives on the Town of Barnstable website. I'd like to begin with a roll call. Christina?
Present.
Tony?
Present.
Tim?
Tim, present.
Brendan?
Brendan, present.
Thank you very much. I would like to ask for, we're not going to approve the minutes. The minutes for our last July meeting will be approved in our regular scheduled meeting in November. So let's jump right into the first of two new business items. The first is the proposed fee increase discussion and vote, and I'd like to pass it to John Gleason to share the updated information with us.
Sure. Thank you, Renee. Good evening. John Gleason, Recreation Director. I'm going to do Recreation first, and then I'll do HYCC. Mark Wardley's not able to attend tonight, so I'll do Mark's for him. But the FY26 recreation budget represents a 2.14 increase from FY25. The majority of the proposed recreational fee increases are related to aquatics operation and budget. Projected revenue created by these fee increases would enable us to remain competitive with surrounding towns in attracting and retaining our water safety staff. The Recreation Division is also requesting nominal fee increases for certain programs to offset higher staffing costs, increased costs and supplies, and increased pay of seasonal staff that are required to run these programs effectively. Recreation is also requesting that we adjust the fee structure for the fields and community buildings. Recreation suggests charging per hour in place of current 3-hour pay structure or annual rates. This will simplify the process for permit holders, and staff will create additional revenue for the town. We anticipate these new potential new rates will yield approximately an additional $231,000 for the town to operate our programs, community buildings, and fields. The fees I'll list off now. I'll go over what the current fee is and what the proposed new fee will be. So starting with parking permits and daily fees. So a resident permit is currently $55. The new proposed fee is $55. The landlord parking permit is currently $475. The new proposed fee is $500. The seasonal parking permit currently is $350. The new proposed fee is $375. Veterans Beach only parking permit currently is $100, and the new proposed fee is $110. A new fee this year would be for groups, so like camps coming into the beach. There's a whole lot of work associated with that because they have to follow Christian's law, and it requires me to check all sorts of things. So we're requesting a $150 fee to gain access into our beaches. Daily parking, so this would be for non-residents and visitors. Currently we charge $25. The new proposed daily parking fee would be $30. Hathaway's Pond daily parking currently is $13. The new fee proposed is $15. So that covers all our aquatic ones. Fields, currently the way we charge fields now is by 3 hours, and we're going to we'd like to go to an hourly charge instead of by 3 hours. So currently we charge for a normal regular field $50 for 3 hours. Now we're looking to charge $20 per hour. The upper type field like Lombard Field, McBaron, that's currently $75 for 3 hours. We're not looking to make any changes there, so it would stay at pretty much $25 per hour. So instead of charging for the 3 hours, we would just charge people $25 per hour. A new change would be to like McKeon Field or Lowell Park. Currently, it's $100 for 3 hours, and we're proposing to go to $35 per hour. Community building fees, we're looking to also change that to a per hour fee instead of by 3 hours or an annual rate. And there are some changes that were just done a couple hours ago. So to note, that would be if you are a resident or you're a nonprofit with certification, we're looking to go from $10 for 3 hours to $5 per hour. So it's a nominal change. And then pretty much we're going to go to all others. So all others would just be $20 per hour, and we would eliminate all the other categories and eliminate annual fees. For program wise, let's see, summer tennis, we currently charge $80. The new proposed fee is $85. For dance, we currently charge $70. We would charge $75. Volleyball, we currently charge $85. We'd be looking to charge $90. Field hockey, we currently charge $75. We'd be looking to charge $80. Basketball from kindergarten through third grade, we charge $80 for the season. The new fiscal year, we'd be charging $85. Basketball from pretty much fourth grade through seventh grade is currently $95, and we'd be charging $100. Softball in the spring, we charge for our instructional league $80. We'd be going up to $85. Softball for minors and majors, we currently charge $100. We'd go up to $105. Our swim lessons for water babies levels 1 through 2, we currently charge $50. We'd be going to $55. Swim lessons levels 3 through 6, we'd go from $65 to $70. Swimming lessons for advanced levels are currently $70. We'd be proposing to go to $75. Sailing lessons are currently $110. We would be looking to go to $115. And last but not least, for recreational fees, for our junior lifeguarding program, we'd go from $70 to $75. All very nominal increases to cover staffing costs, the cost of goods, hopefully increase of pay for our seasonal staff. Does anyone have any questions on recreation fees?
John, on just the fields, speaking about the fields, is it just a one rate, or do you have a nonprofit rate and a regular rate?
Yeah, so just a regular rate. Currently, we don't have a nonprofit rate. We just have a straight rate. So no matter who you are, you would be charged accordingly for what field you use by the hour and not by the 3 hours. So I think in some aspects, some rental groups will actually spend less money than they have in the past, because you would always get tied into the 3 hour chunk. So if let's say you use 5 hours, you are charged like you would for 6. So you would end up ultimately spending less money than by being grouped into the 3 hour chunks. So I think ultimately it will save some people some money. And we're coming up with the new software, and it's just going to be a lot easier to charge by the hour and not by the 3 hours anymore. It's more straightforward. So everyone can understand their fee, and they're not going to be charged for something that they're not using. If you're only using it for 4 hours, you won't be charged like you are using it for 6 hours.
Good. Cool, thank you.
Yep.
John, I got two questions. When was the last time we did a fee increase?
It's been a couple of years. I mean, I know for beach stickers, it was, I think, 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
So it's been a while. I know the resident fee was at 50 for at least, I think, 3 summers.
Okay.
So it's been pretty steady over the years.
Got it. My second question, this arena best. Do these fees, are they comparable to other, like, communities? Do you see that this is, where other people are going, or have already gone as far as fee increases?
For program wise, it's really complicated to gauge that because everyone's budgets are different.
Uh-huh.
So it's really hard to compare like us with some of the community because we're just set up differently. But I know we're very affordable. We also have financial aid and we do give grant money. So, the programs are always affordable. But as far as like beach stuff wise, I mean, we're very, very compatible. Like I know I just met with the other beach managers last week from the Cape. I mean, there's a couple other communities already at $30 for daily fees, and the town of Dennis charged $35 to get into their beaches.
Okay.
So, we're not going up, where we're the highest on the Cape. We're definitely in line with the surrounding communities in our area.
Yeah, I think the fees are nominal, and if it's been 2 or 3 years, probably past due.
In some aspects, yes.
And John, I think I'd like you just to explain very briefly, the Recreation Commission is under an enterprise account. So there is a need for the organization to recover their costs. Can you just give a brief description of that for us?
Well, the recreation division is not an enterprise. The HYCC is where I can go over that separately. If I can go over now. So like the HYCC under Mark, they are an enterprise account where technically their fees should be supporting to operate the building. Some of our fees, the fees that I mentioned are fees under the town manager. So that's why we're asking for the support because he approves those fees. So we have fees that are general funded supported like these are. So some of this money is also supported by tax dollars into our program. We also have a revolving account where whatever money we bring in, we have to afford out to our program. So those fees we don't need approved. We can charge, nominal fees like we do, just as long as they cover the cost of the program. But some of these fees also reflect, that the town's already supporting some of these programs to some fashion already, but we just need to increase them slightly to offset the cost of buying basketballs and t-shirts and equipment and giving staff pay raises to be competitive and have these kids work for us after school or on the weekend.
Yep.
And John, I'd also like you to just mention, because it's always good to know that there are scholarships available. So if there is a need, the HYCC Recreation always has that resource. Can you explain that just very briefly for us?
Yeah, I mean, on our town website, we do have a financial aid application that people can fill out, submit the necessary forms, and provide that as documentation. And then from there, they usually, for most programs, not all, get 50% reduction in the cost of that program. Our leisure program is a different animal in that aspect, but all the other programs, the families would get 50% off. So definitely something that people should be applying for if they haven't already, to see if they qualify so we can provide them some funds to participate.
And John, my other question is the new fee for the groups. Is there a precedent of that kind of a fee in other organizations? That's new for us. So I just wanted to know if you have any additional background on that new $100.50 fee for the groups.
To be honest, I don't know. It just takes a lot of work. So the Christian's law is a law that requires groups coming into our beaches to make sure they provide a lifeguard. They have to swim test all their children in their camp before they're permitted to come. So it just takes a lot of work to do, and these outside groups are pretty much coming to use all of our wonderful space, and there's no fee associated with that. So we could get 50 to 100 plus kids coming from like New York or the Berkshires or other places. They get dropped off for the most part, or sometimes they pay to park, but just unload on all our space and it can be difficult to manage all that. So we're just looking for groups to provide a fee to come use our facility. Oh, Renee, you're on mute, Renee.
That fee will therefore offset that cost.
Yeah.
Any other questions from our commissioners?
Question for John.
Yes.
What do you do if someone goes over the allotted hour? Because they're used to giving a 3-hour kind of leeway. So what, is there a big issue with that? Or do you let it slide, or do you give them?
Yeah, so this will, they will pay now for whatever hours they use. So if they want 4 hours, then they'll just book for 4 hours. And we don't have staff there after every user group. So we're
Okay.
not, we always don't know if they will
Okay.
use an extra half hour there. I mean, we're not gonna call people out on it, but again, it just makes it easier with the new system we have coming in to charge by the hour. And like I said, in some aspects, groups will save money. And in some other aspects, maybe groups might be paying a little bit more. But it's still, I mean, it's hard pressed to find any use of any space for as little as, $5 an hour or $20 an hour. It's,
Yeah.
but it'll make it.
I
easier.
agree. I just wonder if you're going to come into overlapping and come into a situation where somebody booked for the next hour and there's somebody still there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Sandra here in the meeting books our community buildings, and we
Okay.
do account for, transition periods. And our
Okay.
new software, we're gonna have instituted a transition period, so, people will have, maybe a half hour in between gaps, so they can, clean up and put stuff in their car, so the next group can come in and do what they need to do, whether it's a birthday party, a baby shower, a meeting. So yeah, we don't really have too much overlap, but if we do, then another group's coming in and that group will have to, make sure they get out.
Thank you. Understood.
Are there any other questions from our commissioners?
I'll chime in. I'm a massive fan of this. I would have saved some money back in the day when I was renting a lot of time fields from Barnstable. Just throwing that out there. And I will say most user groups, like, you get on a routine schedule, and just to, like, they communicate amongst each other, so those issues are kind of resolved rather, like, quickly, right? And most people are just, like, kind to one another, as you would, what people might not believe, but that's what it goes. I felt really bad because I always had to rent out the fields for 2 consecutive 3-hour blocks, and I only needed 4 hours, so 2 hours of the field would just be completely unused, and I felt terrible. So I'm a fan of that, and as somebody who's been on the commission for a while, I'll just chime in and say we haven't raised fees, I would, nearly as much as people would probably imagine. John does everything he can to kind of use it as a last resort, and I think it is overdue that we have increased the fees. I guess that's my 2 cents. Just chiming in.
Agreed.
I'm supporting.
Agreed.
Christina, also, again, coming from the same kind of world, Brendan knows when you're out on a field with a bunch of 8-year-olds for 3 hours, you're probably not going to stay any longer.
I
Probably
remember those
you probably
days.
wanted to go after 2.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, some of these fees will, definitely save some people time, money, and get rid of maybe some unused time that was just there because they had to book from a certain time to a certain time. So I think it's going to help and make things a lot smoother and cleaner for us internally and for the external user.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Brendan. Any remaining questions from our commissioners? Tony?
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the fee schedule that John has proposed.
Thank you, Tony. Do I have a second?
Second.
Tim, second. Thank you so much. Any further discussion? All right, we'll go through a roll call for your vote. And I will start with Tony.
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Brendan,
Brendan says yes.
Christina,
Yes.
and Renee, yes. So you have a unanimous support of the Recreation Commissioners for the rate increases as shared with us. Okay, so again, in light of time, we have one more vote that I'd like to put on the table. We have had an opening
Oh,
with the CP.
Renee, we have to do the HYCC fees.
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, so I mean, Mark's not here, so I have to do them for him, so I'll read that, go over the fees. I will do my best to answer the questions, but since I don't work for the HYCC, I might not be able to answer all of them, but I will do my best. So for the HYCC, the FY26 direct operating expense for the Heinz Youth Community Center Enterprise Fund budget increased 3.02% from the approved FY25 budget. There are many factors associated with our request to increase fees, include higher staffing costs resulting from union contracted personnel obligations, rising costs of supplies, increased costs of natural gas, electricity, continue to require replacement of aging equipment, and increased costs associated with outsourced maintenance contracts. Additionally, we would like to implement pay increases for our seasonal staff to remain competitive with our employers and to provide raising to returning staff. The major increase in HYCC fees is related to our hourly ICE fees. We last increased these fees on January 1st, 2023, and we're requesting to increase the hourly ICE rates $25 throughout our three-tiered pricing matrix. These new ICE rates are comparable to other facilities throughout Cape Cod and surrounding areas. We have also suggested nominal fee increases for various public offerings to generate additional revenue while remaining similar to other fees charged at local facilities. We anticipate these new rates will yield an approximate revenue increase of $79,000. The conservative increased revenue projections are based on historical data of past use. And then I'll read off the fees. Let's see. So the ice rink matrix currently is 225, 250, 275. They're looking to bump that up to 250, 275, 300. And basically that just depends on when you rent the ice. When it's prime time, you pay more. When it's not prime time, you pay less. Dry rink rental hourly, it's currently 125. Mark is looking to increase it to 150. The dry rink rental for the day is currently $1,250. Mark is looking to charge $1,500. Public skating offerings, adult admission currently is $8. He's looking to charge $9. Student is currently $6. He's looking to charge $7. Senior admission is currently $3. Mark is looking to charge for $4. Skate rentals are currently $6. He's looking to charge $7. Rock night that the kids come to and skate for the night is currently $6. They're looking to charge $8. Stick practices where people come in and play unorganized, it's currently $12. They're looking to charge $14. Mark does punch cards, so I think the more times you play, then you can get specials for that. Currently is 80, looking to go to 90. Student is currently 60, looking to go to 70. Senior is currently 30, looking to go to 40. Stick practice currently is 120, looking to go to 140. Skate sharpening punch card, they currently do not have one, but they're looking to go to $70. Walk-on freestyle, currently there's no fee. They're looking to charge $160. Last but not least, for the gym fees, to rent the full gym is currently $110. Proposed fee is $120. Half court for the gym is currently $70. Mark is looking to charge $80. Full gym nonprofit rate is currently $85, looking to charge $95. Half court gym nonprofit rate currently $55, looking to charge $65. And if you're looking to cover the floor for an event, the town currently charges $1,250, and Mark is looking to charge $1,500. So if there's any questions, I could try to answer, but I think in the descriptions that all the fees Mark is looking is comparable to all local fees that are charged in other locations. So again, I think Mark's looking to be comparable in the market, but we wouldn't be like on the top of the ladder as far as fees go from what information was provided.
Thank you, John. In a nutshell, the fees seem very reasonable. Nothing really jumps out at me as being a significant increase. We went up in a few cases, no increase, $5, $10, 25. There were a few that were maybe over that. It seemed like the staff used quite a bit of care and consideration with these necessary increases. Are there any questions of the recreation commissioners that we should note and get to marked for us to be answered?
Nope.
So I will at this point ask for,
Can I ask a quick question?
yes, Brendan.
Before we ask for a vote, I know this isn't your, this isn't your, but you know what's significantly better than me. These increases are definitely larger than your increases. Do you think that they're justified?
I don't think I should answer that question. I don't
Okay.
know, but again, Mark, did the work with our community service director and assistant director. So, I mean, in the statement that, we'll be reading off to the town manager at a meeting, I think in mid-November. I think they did the analysis of who charges what and what we currently charge. And I think they felt like these fees were where they need to be to recover the costs of, what they need to operate and run the building. But yeah, I mean, some of those
That's fair.
questions would
That's
be
fair.
better suited for Mark and maybe in an email. But yeah, I mean, I don't operate the HYCC, so I really can't go much more into that.
Renee, my only point would be, the poignant fact for me is, if Mark has done his due diligence and done his investigation, if we are within the medium of fees in local ice rinks, I do know how expensive it is to operate a facility like that. It is, I mean, I don't want us to be at the high end, but if we're not, and I take Mark's word for it that we're not at the high end, then I think they're justified.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mark has, again, he's not here, but I'm pretty sure Mark has a document that, he reached out to all the other ranks or all the locations. So I'm pretty sure he's got, different fees from different areas. So, yeah, like I said, I think when he did it, he, thoughtful in his increases.
Okay. Again, I understand that. I don't want to put you on the spot there, but thank you for that. Because I don't want to, I don't want to kind of sweep this under the rug. Like, these increases are significantly bigger than your side, or on the recreation side. And I don't want to have people think that we don't notice that, right? But if I trust Mark, right? I know he's not here, but I trust Mark. And if that's what he feels, and that's what he covered, I hear you. All right. So Renee, if you want to go to the vote, you can.
I have one more. I see your hand, Tim. So you have the
Yeah,
floor.
so can I do a half a vote? Because the hockey rink, I'm not really in that world anymore. I was when I was younger, but they seem pretty hefty. But I deal with the gym a lot, and an increase to 120, for a program that I have is tough, because we have a lot of kids who, and some of them even work at HYCC that play for our program. And so, as the gym fees increase, then in turn we have to pass that along to, we don't have to, but naturally we would probably pass that along to the kids. And so my fear is that this is going to start, pricing kids and families out a little bit for the gym, but that's just, you know, my own personal. So I agree, I guess, with the ice because I don't know too much about it, but with the gym, $120 an hour seems pretty steep for a nonprofit rate.
So I guess we have the option, Tim, if you should, and I will ask for the motion and second. We can do it all together as one vote, or we can split the two. However you feel most comfortable with, I would be willing to move forward with that.
I mean, if we could, I would vote no on the gym and yes on the ice, but if not, I'll just make it a no.
Well, Renee, can I
Yes.
make a motion that we vote separately on the two facilities
Yes.
as a commission?
And so are you going to put forth the first vote, motion for me, Tony?
Yeah, I make a motion that we divide the vote into two parts. One voting on the ice rink and one voting on the gymnasium. I assume those are the two facilities we're talking about.
Yes.
Do you guys rather table the gymnasium until the next meeting, or can we?
I think the reason, Christina, we have a special meeting is it
Okay.
was asked of us to be in support. We really don't have a vote per se. We can either support the organization. We're influencing commissioner. And so I would ask for the vote tonight,
Okay.
either in support or not, so that they can move forward with the steps with the town council.
Yes,
So,
How much was the increase again?
So, let me just clarify. So these fees are due into the town manager's office next week. And then the town manager will hold the fee hearing in mid-November. I don't think it's November 12th, I believe. And the general public does have the opportunity to go to the meeting and voice either support or not support for any fee, whether it's from the golf course or from the building department. Whoever has a fee hearing that day, they can offer support or offer another side. And then the town manager usually takes under advisement for 30 days. And then the town manager will make a recommendation to approve the fee, to approve it with a modification, or to reject it all together. So the Recreation Commission is an advisory commission where they advise the Recreation Division or the HYCC on fees or subjects. So, basically it's you're advising us that you approve it or not approve it, and then we'll pass on to the town manager that it was either approved or certain things were approved and not approved, and go from there.
and I would like to just jump in. I do respect both Tim and Brendan's feedback. And so it is okay to not approve, and both of you have direct experience with them as renters, right? So I feel very comfortable if the commissioners feel like that vote, because we have many steps before the town manager has to make the ultimate decision. Okay? Anymore. So I'm going to go back to, I have a motion. I'm going to ask Tony, we're going to split it. It seems like that there's a consensus of that. I'd like to hear the motion again, and then we need a second, any additional discussion and a vote. So
Yeah.
Tony, I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, my motion is that we have, I propose two votes, one on the fees.
And Tony, let me just jump in. We'll
Yes.
do one at a time. So we'll do the first vote with a second, a vote, and then we'll come back.
Okay. So do you want me to make the motion on the, make a
First.
motion that we make, that we vote on the fees related to the ice rink?
Yes. And support of it. Is that your motion?
Yeah, in support of it.
And do I have a second?
Second.
That's Tim's second. Any additional discussion? Okay, so let me go down for that vote in support. I'll start with you, Tony,
I support it.
and Tim,
Yes.
and Christina,
Yes.
and Brendan.
No.
Okay, so we have three, and Renee, yes. So there is 4 yeses and 1 no. All righty, so we're going to we'll move to the next vote. Who would like to make a motion as it relates to the court?
So moved.
I didn't make the motion, I was waiting for
I'd like to make a motion that we take a vote to support the fees related to the gym.
to the gym. So yours is in support of the gym.
Support of,
I would, is there a second for that? I would make a second in support of that. Okay, so Tony, vote, I put the second. Are we, any other discussion? All right, so I will go forward with the vote for the gym. Tony,
I'm going to abstain.
Tim,
No.
Brendan,
No.
Christina,
I'm gonna say no.
no, and Renee, I will support it. So that is not in favor of that from the Recreation Commissioners. Okay. Did we cover all of the votes that you need, John?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and again, I think that this is healthy. We may need to have this on our agenda for some further discussion. We've put forth a vote so that the town manager at least knows where we stand at this point. Is that kind of where we are?
Correct, yes.
And that's how this is wonderful to influence it. I would also encourage the recreation commissioners when this goes before the town council, we always try to have some representation at that meeting so that a recreation commissioner or more is present, okay? And we'll have those dates given to us in time to schedule that. All right? So any other questions there before I move quickly to the vote for the CPC chair for the Recreation Commission? So as I mentioned earlier, the CPC has a seat and the seat is available to the Recreation Commissioners. This seat has not been filled for quite some time. It is an influential seat in that the CPC covers 3 basic funds, historical, housing, and recreation. It is always to our best interest to have someone sitting there on behalf of the needs of recreation. So I'd like to make a motion to nominate Tony LaPala as our representative for the CPC. Do I have a second?
Second.
Tim seconds. Any additional discussion? So I will go forward and ask for the vote. Brendan?
Brendan agrees. Brendan says yes.
Thank you. Tim,
Yes.
Christina,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
support yourself, and Renee, yes. So we have a unanimous vote. And Tony, thank you so much for all the time that you have spent with this appointment. And I will work with the Lindsay and Cynthia to see if we can get you into the next meeting in, as a representative. And thank you for agreeing to participate if that isn't done.
Well, just the next, in my conversation with Lindsay, the next meeting is the 20th of this month. I'm going to be attending anyway, whether or not I'm an official member or not, based on the town's process for officially making me a member of that committee. But Lindsay and I have talked about me being present, and he and I are going to spend some more time before that meeting.
Excellent, excellent. I will do what I can as the chair to get you officially on that committee. So those are the important things this evening. We do have our regularly scheduled meeting where Christina, I will be asking you to introduce yourself. I wanted to spend some time with you before
Renee,
that.
Renee, I have to run because I have to get to another meeting. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you all.
you, Tony.
Appreciate it. I'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Tony,
All right.
Thank you.
And I do want, and Tony has already has some knowledge of this, there is some discussion for us as commissioners to look at how many required members we think we need and can work with moving forward. Currently, our commission has 7 seats, and as you know, we've had many, quite some time, those seats have been vacant, and Christina, we are so pleased to have you join us. So I would like you to think about having our commission be a committee of 5. That will help us in many ways to keep our quorums and keep us active. There's no vote for that this evening, but I will be bringing that discussion forth in November. Any questions about that?
Yeah, Renee, so we're gonna say it's capped at 5. What if somebody comes along that, would like to join?
So it's pretty formal. You either have a number which is 7, 6, 5. I hear what you're saying, Tim. Maybe we think 6, but we have not had 7 active members in quite some time, over, I would say, almost 2 years. And we have made some things, made some adjustments so that most of our meetings are virtual. We have one in-person meeting every year, January. We meet every other month instead of every month. And in this case, this was a special need, so we had a special meeting. So I would ask you to think about that, right? And I'm in favor of keeping it at 7. Some of the issues are post-COVID kind of things, everyone getting back up to speed. And I would like you to just give that some thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, are there any public comments? All right, hearing none, I thank each of you for participating this evening, and I'm looking at my calendar quickly so that our next meeting will be on Monday, November the 3rd at 5:30, and it's a virtual meeting. As always, thank you for the work you do, service above self for our amazing town.
And Renee, real quick, remember that meeting, Ross Jacola has said he would be here for our guest.
Excellent, and that's really great. It's not only do we have, and Tim, just give Christine an update who Ross is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Ross is the head football coach at Barnstable High School. So he's gonna come and talk about the program and do a little promo for the big Thanksgiving Day game against Falmouth.
And we're here to rally the community to support our amazing football team for the traditional Thanksgiving game. And John, you will work with George so that we have the youth commissioners with us as well. And anyone else who has an item of interest that they would like on the agenda, please get that information to me. Anything else?
No.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And again, Christina, welcome to the Recreation Commission.
thank you. Everybody had a great week.